Games aren't fun anymore. It's a phrase that gets thrown around a lot recently. As much as I'd like to say they're just delusional, that there are tons of new fun games constantly coming out, I often find myself feeling the same way. If you're anything like me, there have been frequent, reoccurring days where you turn on your game console, sit at the home screen for a few minutes on your phone, and finally work up the motivation to play a game, play for a couple minutes, get bored, and get off. Just saying that makes me feel gross. Finding the motivation to play a game. That's the exact opposite of what games have always meant to me. They've always been the escape from the pains of reality for me. Bad day at school? Go home, hop on some GTA. Argument with your brother? Nothing a Rust 1v1 can't fix. Your parents going through a messy divorce in the next room? Fucking Wii Sports bowling, baby. But really, why aren't video games as fun as they used to be? What's drastically changed over the last few years that makes us feel as if video games just aren't playable anymore? There's a couple things I can think of, but let me just start off with one word. Fortnite.
Fortnite.
I'm not even joking. If you really think back, Prime Fortnite was probably one of the most fun you ever had on a game. And unfortunately, it was probably one of the last times you ever had fun on a game. In my opinion, the downfall of Fortnite marked the sort of dark age of gaming we have right now. Let me explain a little bit. While Fortnite might not have been the first, it was definitely the most popular for a couple of new introductions in the gaming community. The Battle Royale and the Battle Pass. If you don't know what a Battle Royale game is, where the fuck have you been for the last couple of years? It's everywhere. Anyway, it's where they drop a large group of players, usually around 100, into a large map where they have to kill each other, and the last man or team standing wins. After the massive increase in popularity of Fortnite, every single gaming company immediately tried to replicate their success. God damn, I'm gonna edit that voice crack out. Seemed like every month a new Battle Royale game was being released with their own spin on it. It was the only genre of game that any game company cared about. Call of Duty got a Battle Royale. Battlefield got a Battle Royale. Fallout got a Battle Royale. Counter-Strike got a Battle Royale. Red Dead Redemption 2 got a Battle Royale. They made one for wrestling. That shit was actually mad fun. I don't even know what this shit is. But really what Fortnite proved is how incredibly successful even a free game can be. And a large part of that is the introduction of a Battle Pass. Now if you don't know what a Battle Pass is, that's strike two. Climb out from under your rock, you fucking goblin. Excuse me. It's a paid feature of a game where as you level up you get content such as various cosmetics or in-game currencies. Battle Passes usually cost between $10 to $20 and must be renewed every season of the game. And what time has proven is that Battle Passes do well. Very well. So much so that absolutely every game had to start implementing a Battle Pass the same way they introduced Battle Royale game modes. NBA 2K24 just got confirmed to have a paid Battle Pass. The fuck does a basketball game need a Battle Pass for? They ain't even battling. I better at least get a legendary Batman Grant Williams skin. But when you really think about it, Battle Pass ain't even a bad deal. It's a lot of skins and some cool stuff for a pretty low price. But when you really think about it, before Battle Passes and item shops, shit used to just be free. You could earn everything in a game by just playing it. Yeah, take Halo Reach for an example. Remember those really cool armor sets and helmets? You weren't even allowed to buy those, you had to work for them things. Nowadays it feels like every big gaming company does their absolute best to squeeze every nickel and dime they can out of you. Let's look at one of my least favorite games right now, Overwatch 2. Believe it or not, it used to be one of my favorite games. But you see, in Overwatch 1, every time you leveled up or completed enough tasks, you would receive a loot box. And with these loot boxes, you could acquire a random skin, spray, emote, or whatever. Even better, if you really wanted an item but weren't lucky enough to get it in a loot box, you could save up enough from playing the game and opening loot boxes and purchase the desired item with the in-game currency. Now, in Overwatch 2, every single skin that you could acquire for free in the first game is locked behind the use of real money. Additionally, they added a Battle Pass in order to extract even more money out of the new Overwatch players. This just really amplifies the feeling that game companies only care about the players' wallets now rather than their satisfaction with the game. I mean, since we're talking about Overwatch 2 anyway, let me just shit on it for a second. After popularity fell in Overwatch 1, they decided to release practically the exact same game with minor gameplay changes. Slap a 2 on that bitch like they made a new game. Hey, but at least it was free though. The only thing that we were promised that provided some hope that would differentiate Overwatch 2 from the original was a new PvE mode, with in-depth skill trees, new abilities, and storylines. You know, then a little bit after that, Blizzard dropped a statement that was like, oopsie, it was too hard, we can't do it, sorry. But, Don't worry. We'll drop new PvE missions down the line. Not quite what we promised, but we'll get something close. Anyway, new season rolls around and surprise, surprise. New PvE missions are locked behind a $15 paywall. Like, come on, Blizzard, haven't you taken enough? Let's put it like this. You see, this dead horse right here? This is me. And this bomber plane is Blizzard dropping a fucking Moab on my already decaying carcass. I could shit on Overwatch 2 for hours. The constant new game-breaking glitches like the achievement glitch at the start of the game, the entering game glitch which is still somehow in the game, every rank on high console literally just cheating through the use of a Zim that Blizzard will probably never do anything about. Every time they drop a new character, they lock them behind a paywall and make them super overpowered so people are inclined to buy them. Then they just balance them later.
Bro, get off Blizzard's meat. He's blowing bubbles on it. He's doing cartwheels on it. Shut the fuck up.
You'd think a company that's making millions of dollars off of this game would give a shit about it, or the people that play it. But, you know, as long as the money's good, they're just gonna keep making characters gay, and random generating a new buff for some random hero who didn't need it. Alright, I'm actually done blasting Blizzard and Overwatch. For now, anyway. And since we're on the subject of money-grubbing little whore game companies, if you've ever played an NBA 2K game, you know what I'm talking about. Seriously, I've never seen another game that just blatantly does as much as they can to take more and more money out of your pocket each year. 2K literally has massive scale inflation on a yearly basis. And they also ensure that you can't sustain yourself by just playing the game alone. You need to buy their virtual currency if you want to be competitive. Now you probably ask, well, why do you keep giving them money? It's only supporting the fact that they're going to do this. There is literally no other basketball game. They drove everyone out of business. They have the rights to everything basketball related. So if you don't have the time to spend 8 hours a day, 4 days a week playing this game straight grinding, then you have to spend money in order to be competitive. Speaking of being competitive, another thing I've found to become significantly more prominent in recent years is the rise of streamers and metas. While I'm sure people have always wanted to win in video games, it just feels like every gaming community cares solely about that and nothing else anymore. Everyone just wants to be as good as their favorite streamer who's been doing that shit competitively for 15 years. There's no having fun in multiplayer games anymore. It's either you get dominated by the other team and want to kill yourself, or you sweat your ass off trying the hardest you can to squeak out a win, in which case you'll still probably want to kill yourself afterward. Can't even hop on Roblox off-brand Call of Duty anymore without someone who has 3,000 hours on it obliterating me out of the spawn. Feels like even if I tried to play a single-player game, someone would still manage to hack into the mainframe, put themselves in my game, murder me in cold blood, and call me slurs. Alright, take your grubby fucking fingers off your keyboard. I already hear you typing.
Blood got dipped one time in Overwatch and had to make a whole YouTube video about it.
Yeah, man, I did. Shut up. Why is wanting to have fun on games so taboo nowadays? Remember playing Black Ops 2 and just hiding in random places around the map to piss off the tryhards on the other team? Remember running around with knives going for a ninja defuse? It was fun. Even in a competitive game, we found ways to have fun. Now it feels like even in non-competitive games, people find ways to make sure you don't have any fun. And that's where metas come into play. Meta stands for most effective tactics available. Basically the best possible thing you can do to increase your chances of winning. It's the best gun and attachments in COD, the strongest, least balanced heroes in Overwatch, the best build in 2K, and it's probably what you'll see 90% of the players in the game using. And every time there's any sort of balance patch, there's immediately new YouTube videos dropping explaining the new metas that everyone will flock to instantly. It's like we're allergic to being original anymore.
Well, you should switch Orisa. They just buffed her damage output and a tankiness.
No, shut up. I want to play the big monkey with the zappy gun.
It suggests I'm a real animal.
If you played 2K23, you'll know that 6'9" point guards ran rampant. It's all you needed. They could do everything a guard could do, but they were bigger and had better defense. And they could do everything a big man could do, but they were faster and better shooters. If you played Park, every court just ran 3 6'9s or something close to it. And 2K wasn't going to do anything about it. I mean, as long as there was a meta build, people would keep spending money to make it. I get that everyone likes winning, but I promise it feels so much better when you're able to do it of your own volition, the way you want to play. You know what? Let me just stop. You know, maybe it's not the video games that have changed over the years that make them less fun. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's us. You know, maybe as time has gone on, my creativity and imagination has dulled from the pressures of the world. I mean, no, seriously. Me and my buddies used to get home from school and just roleplay heists on GTA for hours every day. Heist Update wasn't even out yet. We would just plan a convenience store robbery in our little house, get coordinated outfits and vehicles, and rob that place for like $60. And I'll tell you what, that was probably some of the most fun I've ever had in my life. We used to just hop on Minecraft and there was an infinite possibility of things to do. Anything you can imagine, you could do. Now when I try to play Minecraft, I just can't find anything to do. There's nothing entertaining on that anymore. You know, maybe it's not even any of that. Maybe I just envy a time when all of my friends were together in one place. When there was 5 to 10 of us, all in an Xbox party late on a Saturday night just talking and playing games. And everyone has work, jobs, and lives, and you'd be lucky to get at least 3 of you in a party at the same time. Maybe it's time I wake up and realize the newer generations probably don't like the same things I liked in video games back in the day. That's why all the newer games are so different from what I remember. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I've always been the problem. Nah, probably not. Fuck you, Blizzard.